Hi, I wondered many times why, about the reason um, there is a conflict in the Near East that after all these years, almost a century, we never managed to resolve in the name of peace and of the peaceful um, life together of these two peoples, Israelis and Palestinians. Well, I wondered why people need to feel these differences of religion, of language, of culture, of maybe race, maybe ethnics, etc. Well, people think that the solution of two nations, of two states, is what better fits in the prosecution, in the beginning of the peace, of the talks of peace between these two nations, Israel and Palestine. But I don't think so. I think the real solution would be the meeting of these two peoples so that they could become one in the course of centuries. Nothing good can come from the solution of two states because they will keep recriminating and hate each other. Just remember, they consider themselves the real owner of all the land now occupied by Israel of Palestine. The real talks of peace must tend to exorcise all this fear, all this rage, all this hate they have from themselves. I think the main reason of this hate is religion. Peoples must stop considering religion a discriminating issue between humans. Religion can be a people's religion. Religion is something very private, a connection between man and the superhuman, that is God, that only can be formed inside the mind of the worshipper of God. If we make God, God, the reason why people kill each other, hate each other, we just miss the real meaning of the concept of God, that is the link between man and immortality or universality. We cannot accept that two peoples hate each other based on religious idea or cultural ones. We must we must help people to join together, to meet and talk and consider themselves a unique state, a unique nation, and possibly to start a process of unification of all the Middle East in an area where people just think about the progress of civilization, not the diversities of their religions, of their cultures. We can respect the religions and the cultures of our um, grandfathers and great grandfathers. We can respect, we can study them, we can save them from the extinction. These are all these ideas, but we must have global ideas about about humanity. We cannot just die for or kill for religious idea or just because we see ourselves as different as a people. The real diversity is the one who take to respect the single man among all the other single men. This is the only idea of difference I can conceive. All this noise, all this talk we make about considering Palestinian people identity or Israeli people identity as something unique and that cannot be combined with other people is simply delirious. It This celebration of unicity, of identity of a people can only take to new wars and conflicts and hate and misunderstandings. People needs to be conceived as a congregation of single men and women and all men and all women and children and all the different types of humans in it. A people, a nation is composed by humans, not by a religious people or a culture or a characteristic or historic characteristic of an ethnicity. The men and the women that are dying in the Near East are men and women, not Palestinian or Israeli. Um, so they need to be respected as human beings, not as Muslims or Hebrews or Israelis, etc. They are men and women. They need to be saved as that, not just as a flag or as a piece of land or a nation that needs to be accepted by all the world. We need to consider the nobility of the human nature. Every single man and woman that are dying there is important, not because they are a people who is persecuted or terrified, not as a people, but as hundreds of thousands of lives. They need respect and happiness, not vengeance. And they don't need vengeance or a flag. They need just happiness and protection and security. And these can conquer all these things. They can conquer even in a state that is no Palestine nor Israel. They need happiness in life, whatever they want to be in the world. So I think that peace does mean to divide, to put a flag in a piece of land and see this is my land, that is yours, etc. Unification is the key of peace. The protection of human rights is the key of peace, not just putting a flag or a barrier of a wall in the middle of the desert on or of any other land. Thank you for listening to me and see you in the next video.